Hi YouTube, my name is Kain, and in today's video I'll make sure that you get better on AKALI. Now what we're going to be doing here is going to be very interesting here this game. I currently finished my unranked to master guide or playthrough with Vladimir, and now I was planning on doing the same thing here with AKALI. So this here right now is a gold 4 game. The account is a gold 4 at least, but we're sitting on about a 90% win rate. I might throw the win rate up on screen so you have an idea of what the win rate is currently, but I think it's a very high win rate, so we might be playing against some Smurfs. And this is on the EU&E server. This is not my account. Normally I play on US server, but for this challenge I'm playing on an EU&E account. Now for today's video, what we're going to be doing here is, again, this is just one of the games that we played. From unranked to master, currently we are gold 4 and this is a gold 4 game. Again, like I said, there might be some Smurfs in this lobby. Now, what's going to happen here, first and foremost, we're playing AKALI into Yasuo, and I'm going to show you guys how I consistently end up really snowballing this game and just winning them. Enemies typically just FF, or there, of course we just take the Nexus, but most of the time they just FF because of how fat I am, and I'm going to show you guys how we do that. Now, the funny thing is here, I even died here. I got solo killed. I normally never get solo killed here, or very rarely, but I did get solo killed. So it's gonna make it a little bit more interesting. But without further ado, let's get started. And also make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and check out my Twitch channel in the description down below. Also, if you want to get coaching, just check the link in the description down below. You will find a link to my coaching servers. But with that being said, let's get started. So I'm going to skim through the game here. So first of all, we get killed. So I'm going to show you guys that. So we get killed here by the Yasuo. He's playing very aggressive, right? And then ultimately we end up dying here. So I'll show that to you guys. Yeah, so we end up dying here at level 3, right? It's not too bad. We didn't lose too many minions, but okay, it's fine. We come back, and I was very tilted at this point. Getting solo killed in this elo was not too fun, but that only makes it more fun to show you guys how I ended up snowballing and carrying this lane anyway. Now, okay, so laning phase is just what it is. Yasuo goes very ham here, just dashes through the minions, take turret shots, tanks my E for no reason. So we just get him low. Right, I'll speed it up a little bit here, because this is not super important. It's more important that you see where I move at what time. Yeah, here we just traded with Yasuo. He is dead here. He can't really escape here. Wait, here actually I missed my E, so here he can escape, but he's gonna come back for some reason. Yeah, Elise is low here, but I decide to go on Yasuo. And then here he decides to trade into me again, so you'll see in just a second here. So I let the wave push towards me. I'm not pushing, so he really is forced to walk up to me. And then here he would be dead. Unfortunately, my Viego takes the kill here, which is gonna be very sad. So I was a bit tilted here that he took the kill, but it is what it is. We come back to lane, and now, yeah, we're still 0-1, but we're doing fine. We speed things up a little bit. I'm gonna show you guys the interesting parts. The non-interesting parts you don't really have to pay attention to. Trading patterns is just very simple. It's whenever I have an angle to hit an E, or he uses his Q on the wave, I can go for him. Right, I can always look to poke him and see how we can play it. So there's nothing too crazy here in lane. So look, we're just poking him with Qs, right? Fishing for E's. If we hit it, he's just dead typically. So here's why we just hit him with the ignite, and there he goes. So he's just dead. So we're just fishing for some Qs, some E's, and then ultimately he ends up being dead. I chef the wave. I'm gonna reset because I'm sitting on 800 gold. Spend my gold, come back to lane. Now I like to buy Dark Seal early on. It's a very gold efficient item on AP champions. So yeah, I definitely always like to buy it. You don't necessarily have to upgrade it into a Magi's, but definitely just keep or buy a Dark Seal early on. And here again, we're just trading with Yasuo. He's literally walking in everything that we have. So it's really free. Right now I'm level 6 as well, so I'm really looking to all in the Yasuo here, right? So you'll see how I play. Look, I'm not fast pushing the wave. I'm not hitting the entire wave with my Q. Right, I'm just last hitting, forcing him to come into me. Just forcing him to come into me. So that when he's on my side of the lane, I have a lot easier time ulting him. Because now if I were to ult him, I would just have to ult him under his turret. And that really sucks. I don't want to dive him. It's a lot more safe to do this. So I hold the wave here, and whenever he walks up, I'm gonna look for an ult angle. Alright, there we go. We hit him with the Q. And then auto Q, and he should be dead. Yeah, he flashes. So then we just R. And he's just dead. Again, same thing after a kill. You typically just want to shove the wave and then set a go for a recall, right? So crash your wave under the enemy turret, go for a recall, spend your gold. Can you overstay to take a plate? Sure, but then you have to be very aware that you will have to lane against a person and you still have like 800 gold unspent or something, which is not ideal. So in lower elos, whenever you get a kill, just shove the wave and recall. That's my go-to play. All right. So here again, you're going to see I try to hold this wave here. I see like it doesn't really matter this game. Like I'm super strong. I can basically do whatever I want. So it's just Yasuo is also always pushing into me. If this was like a very passive player, I would just hold the wave on my side of the lane all the time. But he's super, super aggressive. Like one of the most aggressive players I've seen in this elo. So we don't really have to like keep the wave on our side of the lane. He's perma pushing, so we can do whatever we want. So you see, this is what I mean. Like he's always just face tanking my abilities, walking into me, playing very, very aggressive. Okay. Viego is there, and then he dies. We just shove in the wave. Elise, I think, is going to go for the kill here. I have flash, I have ignite, my ult is coming up. So I'm not too scared of an Elise play. Right? So look what she's doing. She's like standing still into baiting me to like flash onto me. Right? So we dodge the cone, we W, and then she's just dead here. She's just gonna die. Again, we shove out the wave, and we go for a recall. Spend our gold. I'm building Storm Surge this game. Typically on Akali, I like to build Storm Surge into Shadow Flame. Storm Surge is very cheap. It's a very good power spike. You could also go Lich Bane Shadow Flame, but it costs a little bit more to build the item, so Storm Surge makes you spike a little bit quicker. But if I have the gold for Lich Bane, and I see they have like many melee champions, I would actually go for Lich Bane, but yeah. This game I didn't have the gold. Now we're just fed, we're like 3-1, the game is free. Like, he can't really do anything, so right now I can push, I can roam, I can look to kill him. So we're just fishing for those E's, poking with Q. And then here he should be dead, right? We're just fed, he can't, like, he has to play very safe. If he doesn't, he's just dead. So we push in the wave, there is a dragon fight going on, so we're going to see if we can get some kills here. We flash over, and we take the Tristana. So you see, all we do is basically we punish Yasuo's mistakes in lane, right? We look to shove the wave, reset, spend our gold. Here as well, what did we do? We killed the Yasuo, we pushed the wave out, and we saw if we could go to the dragon fight. I was strong, I had ult, I had flash, right? So I had everything I need to join that fight. I was also just fed, right? So then it's easy decision to make to just go there and kill them, right? Too many do I see Akali players when I coach them, and just in general, like mid laners, when they're fed, they don't move enough or they move too much, and it's really finding that balance. You see that I only moved after I pushed out the mid wave. So I killed Yasuo, pushed out the mid wave, and only then I moved. I didn't move preemptively, right? Because I really prioritize farm in these in this elo. All right. I think I might be getting solo killed here at one point in time again. I'm not sure. It wasn't my best mechanical Akali game. But again, this goes to show you that you really don't have to play mechanical in this elo. All right. Not sure where it is that he kills me. It might be here, I'm not too sure. Yeah, so it's here that I'm gonna die. Yeah, so again, like, mechanically, just I played that very, very poorly, right? I tanked all his Qs and shit. So I played that very, very poorly mechanically, but this just goes to show that it doesn't really matter, right? Like, you can make mistakes. This game, I got solo killed twice in lane, but it doesn't matter, because you can make mistakes, right? You don't have to play it perfectly in this elo, right? Of course, it's better if you don't die, but you don't have to play perfectly, right? Enemies make so many mistakes that you can just keep on punishing them. Even if you die for once or twice, it's completely fine. Okay. Now again, I really want to start moving onto the map, roaming or take the mid lane turret. I'm super strong. I feel like I can easily kill the mid lane turret. So I just kill Yasuo here, or I'll try to. All right, there we go. And then we try to take his mid lane turret. So there's like lots of shenanigans going on here. Bot lane, like my Viego dies. I just ignore it. Push out the wave, take the turret. Right, consistent gold income, and now we can start roaming. We took the mid lane turret, so now we can really start roaming. And there's not really any reason to stay in the mid lane anymore. So here as well, you can see Elise was here, so I'm instantly hovering to see if I need to move here. Again, if Yasuo just is gonna walk into me at this point, he's just gonna die. Like, I really don't know what he's trying to do here. So he's just perma walking into me. Alright, I'm gonna reset here. Like, the wave is in a pretty bad spot here. And also, if you look at my gold, like, it's 800 gold. It's not like I have that much gold to spend, but it's like, what can I do here, right? I can keep on pushing, but the death timer isn't that long, so I also don't have really damage to turret. I don't know where Garen is. I only saw Elise when I already started my recall, so there's not too much I can do here. So what I like to do here is there's two options. I can either instantly roam bot lane, or I can base, make sure I'm full HP, spend my gold, then walk bot lane. Then by the time I get bot, I might have my flash up. I'm going to be full HP, my gold completely spent. So you see, it's very guaranteed. Now in high elo, these enemies, they might not stay overextended and you might have to instantly go here. But in low elo, again, I like to play it very consistently, very safe, right? I am strong right now, right? I don't want to like die too much, because how do you lose games on Akali? By dying in the mid game. In the mid-game phase, or between 15 minutes and 25 minutes, that's where most Akali players really struggle with winning the game. If you die like 2-3 times in the 15 to 25 minute window, that's really, really bad. You can die earlier, you can die a little bit later, but between 15 to 25 minutes, that's really bad to die into, because you're a mid-game champion. So you really have to pop off. So here, very simple, we just do the recall, we spend our gold, and the enemies, they are still overextended on the map. So I just go there, I'm about to have my flash up, I have my ult. So here we see what we can do. So we just go here. And there we go. We don't kill the Elise here anymore, which is completely fine. Like here I could maybe flash like E flash, but I don't want to do it. It's not worth my flash, it's honestly not. So then here I instantly go mid lane again, we see if we can kill the Yasuo. So we're going to hunt him a little bit here, but I don't want to waste too much time on him. He's like 2-8. He doesn't really give us that much gold. Yeah, so here he just escapes. Viego can finish him off. While Viego is going to finish him off here, I'm just going to go mid lane and defend the mid lane turret. Alright. Okay, and then here I go bot lane. Why do I go bot lane? If one bot lane turret has been destroyed, the bot laner should go mid lane, and then the mid laner should go bot lane. That's in essence macro in the lower elo bracket. So then here it's just better for me to go side lane to get solo gold, solo XP. I don't want to permanently group with my team. That's a big mistake that I see all the time. That Akali players, they tend to overfight, they tend to overgroup, right? So here it's very important that you don't do that. Now Yasuo, I would assume he's just walking to lane here, so I'm going to reset. I had lots of gold. Now I have my Shadow Flame, and now it's different. So now I can move on the map. I have 2 fully completed items. I have my ultimate up, I have my flash up, right? The wave is in a pretty decent spot here, right? We already shoved it out first. So now everything is perfect. I'm not needed in the lane here. I'm not going to miss too many minions. I have 2 items. I have ult, my ignite is coming up. I'm like super strong right now. So now if I want to fight, I definitely can. So again, you see, I really play around my item power spikes, around my ultimate, around my flash. If I don't have those things, I just farm. Right? I take it very slow. Does this playstyle always work? No, the higher elo you climb, to like master and beyond, you're going to have to like be a little bit more flexible and have better on decisions, like on the spot decision making, right? But in these elos, it's all about consistency, right? Farming enough and only moving when you're really strong, when you see clear opportunities to move, right? So here we just get a free kill. I miss my E, unfortunately. I also shouldn't have done my E there. It's just mechanically not that well played. Now we have to flash for Tristana. And then here again, I instantly go back bot lane. Why would I stay mid lane? There's no reason, right? Yasuo is still here. Karmas could be here. They can just defend this, so I can't really push here, even though my Viego has Herald. So I'm just going to go bot lane, see if I can take this turret and just farm, right? We make a play with our strong items and we just go bot lane. Now my Viego makes the mistake of going too ham. He dies. That's a typical mistake in this elo that players do. They overstay. They don't know when to go for something. So here we make a play. No, we just go bot lane. We're chilling. We see if we can take the turret. Right, we farm. We ignore the karma. We take the turret. Right, it's as simple as that, really. Now I see this play mid lane here. So first of all, can I push this and take this turret? No, I cannot push this and take this turret because Karma is defending this lane here, right? My ult is coming up though, so I will be strong. So I could kill Karma, or I could go mid lane and see what I can do there. Seeing that Yasuo is already low, right? I typically like to help out my team in these positions. Yes, in theory, I could kill Karma here with my 9-second ult, right? So I wait 9 seconds, kill Karma, then maybe push. But by that time, I might be so deep that the enemy Garen comes defend it, that they move here. So in my opinion, the best move right now is just by far to just... I already shift the wave, now just go mid lane, right? And see, like indeed, this is what I mean. There could always be somebody here to defend it, right? So even if I kill Karma, I might still like have to play against somebody and then I can't take the turret. So it's just safer here to go mid lane and see what we can do. But again, first we shove the wave, then we move. Alright, then here I try to bait Garen. I know I can't really win from him. I try to bait him. Right, now my Vego gets onto him. And we're all chilling, like my team wins that fight. And now, again, I want to go side lane. I don't want to group instantly, right? I want to go side lane. What lane will I go to? Top lane or bot lane? Very simple. I side lane, if I don't have TP, in the lane that's closest to the objective. Right now, Atakan is up. So I don't want to be top lane, because if an Atakan fight happens, I can't move. Right? So I want to be in this lane here, closest to Atakan, which is right now bot lane. So we just go bot lane. We take the flowers. We look to shove the wave. Right? Since my teammates are doing Atakan, I really don't know why. My jungler is literally not here. My top laner is here. Like, we really shouldn't do this. So what did I do? I ignore this play. I push the wave, ignore them, and now try to play around vision. So I'm going to clear this ward here. I know the rest of this bush isn't warded, and I'm going to see if I can do something here. Akali does very little damage on objectives like a dragon or a baron or an Atakan anyway. So it's better that you're hunting the enemy team while your teammates are doing Atakan. Now again, I don't even think we should be doing Atakan here, but it's fine. So I'm not fighting here, right? I'm looking to do this because I do 0 damage on objectives, but I'm a lot better at killing people. Right, look at my items, I'm really, really strong right now. So you'll see here how I play. I play around vision, I play around the bush. I know that this bush is not warded, right? If I place it on the enemy vision, look how annoying that is. They don't know when I'm gonna jump onto them. So playing around vision is very important. That's why I bought a control ward. And I'll see how we move. So we go for that kill. Karma is instantly dead. We go into W to make sure Garen can't just like E and ult us. We do a Q. I'm gonna do one more Q here, like ult, and then just run her down. And then here, so that was a bit too fast. I'll go a little bit back here. So we kill the Karma, right? We kill the Elise here. And then this is where you typically get out. This is where you guys get out. So here, Tristana jumps in. If I E away from her, I'm just out. It's completely fine, and this is where you want to go out. She can't do anything. She can't stop my team from doing this. It's completely fine. She can't do anything, right? She really can't. So, do I need to kill her? No. Do I want to risk losing my Magi stacks? No, right? So normally you don't do this. This is just me purely going for limit testing. If I kill her, we get a quadra kill. It's a funny, you know, like thing to get a quadra kill. So we just go for it. But should you do it? No, definitely not. This is just pure for fun, pure limit testing. Just get out here. I decided to see what my damage is to kill her. I do die, but we get the quadra kill. So yeah, I value the quadra kill over the Magi stacks. It's obviously better not to get the quadra there and just move after the triple kill. But alright, the team gets the Atakan finally. Right. And then right now, we're basically, we're 15-3, we're really, really strong. And now you really have to make sure that you don't die too often anymore. So here, it feels a little bit shit. I have to go top lane here, like Dragon spawns. But I have to go top lane, because if Garen decides to shove this and take this turret while we're doing Dragon, this is worth 700 gold, so I don't want Garen to take this. So I'm gonna try and shove the top wave here as fast as possible. When I see Garen mid lane, I instantly react to the Dragon fight. Right. If Garen was still top lane, I would just match him top lane, try to kill him, and try to take this turret. Since Garen is in the fight, I will instantly move to the fight here. Right. Now my entire team dies, right? Everybody's dead except for me and Urgot. So what do? I play around vision. I know the enemies are gonna want to push this. So I go into this bush here. right? Stand here. Tristana is going to get this 700 gold turret. It is what it is. But we try to do something mid lane knowing that they're going to push in. So I play around vision. The enemies have no clue where I am, right? They don't know. So look, from their perspective, let's see what happens. So suddenly an AKALI comes, right? Then Yasuo, I just kill him, I ult him, and he's just dead, right? So by playing around vision, we kill the Yasuo. Now again, I want to stop the Elise here. I want to see what I can do, because I see that my team is going here. Yasuo is dead, so we can potentially stop Elise from doing this. Unfortunately, I can't take the Drake, but I can take Elise. So Elise is dead. And then we take Karma as well. Now here the enemies are dead. I just want to shove. Typically, I just shove the lane that's closest to me. In this case, it was mid lane. So we just shove this as quickly as possible, so we can maybe get like a mid lane turret or inhib from it. Now here I see there's not too much we can do here. The enemy Yasuo is back up again. Tristana is coming up in 3 seconds. Garen is here. So they can't just defend these turrets. So what do I say? I say, I'm just going to go top. And I'm going to see if I can take the top lane turret or do something there. Again, I wait until Garen shows, so that's why I stay a little bit in this bush, playing around vision. I see the entire enemy team collapses my team, so what do I think? Oh, free 700 gold for me. So you see how much I'm focused on farming? So here again, I just ignore the Karma, I take the turret, and then I kill the Karma. So hopefully that shows you how much I focus on farming, right? I'm not saying that my farm is like really good here this game, right? It's not like 10 CS per minute, far from it. But most AKALI players, when they would have like 19 kills or would have like, I don't know, like 10 kills, their farm would probably be even worse than this farm, right? So you really want to keep up the farm as much as possible. Now this game, there were so many kills to take, so I feel like farming a lot was very impossible because there were like so many kills to take for free. So I went for that. But of course, farming from time to time to keep up your CS is super, super important. So here, while the enemy team punished my team, we just punished them back by taking the inhibitor. And then I want to get out. I don't want to overstay here. We kill the Elise. And then we just recall. And now the Baron is up, so what do we play for Baron? It's as simple as that. I recall, I spend my gold, we're very, very strong right now. And now where do I go? Again, I want a lane, in the lane that's closest to the next objective that we're going to fight for. Dragon isn't up, so we're going to be fighting for Baron right now. So I want to be between mid and top lane right now. Like, I want to be side laning in top lane. The thing with top lane is we just shoved the wave out completely, right? We literally took their inhibitor. So there's not really much farm for me to take here because we already shoved the entire wave out when we took the inhibitor. Also, if I walk all the way here, I'm going to be in a very overextended position. So rather than going top lane here, I just go mid lane and I see, like, this is, if you can't go bot because my Jinx is here, if I can't go top because the wave is completely shoved out, we only have one option and it's to go mid lane. So I'm going to go mid lane here, see what I can do. Okay, we just look to see if we can do something, fishing for an E, things like that. But okay, we shoved the wave, and now my instinct, my default setting on an assassin is always this. I shoved the wave, but I don't want to show myself to the enemy team. It's very bad if you play an assassin that you always show yourself on a wave so they know where you are. If you're the enemy Tristana and you know where the AKALI is, it's very easy for you to position because you have to position away from AKALI. So if you see her, it's very easy to position on the opposite side of the lane or of the map. So here, what do? I shift the wave with my team to get a prio, but now I instantly move into the enemy jungle with a sweeper, seeing if they have vision or not. What happens? The enemy team is pushing up here. I know that they don't have any vision. And from their perspective, look at it. They don't really know where I am, right? So they think, oh, we're safe here. They don't know where I am. So what's going to happen here? I'm going to use my flank angle. And we're just going to go for a kill. Right. Alright. And then here we basically kill the entire enemy team, right? We get like 3 kills instantly. So here we basically kill the entire enemy team. I end up... I'm not sure if I live here. Yeah, okay, I live. Right? And another triple kill and we just win the game from that. Right? We're just going to end the game. So what is the most... So I can speed it up here to show you guys that we're going to end the game from this. But yeah, so I'm a little bit low here, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah, we just end the game from that, right? Now none of that lost is important because it's just, we just end and the enemies come out of base and we just kill them again. None of that is important. The game was already won. Now, what is the summary of this game? So how did I get fed? First of all, just in the lane phase. I even got solo killed, right? Twice, which is completely fine. Because you can make mistakes in this elo. What you should pay attention to is you really, in lane, try to focus on punishing your lane opponent's mistakes. You don't have to do anything crazy. Punish them. When Yasuo uses his Q, I have a small window to trade with him, right? I can fish with my E. If I hit him with my E at some point, I can just all in and then kite him with my W and my Q. I can poke him from time to time with my Q, right? Those are all important things, trading fundamentals. You want to play around with level power spike, level 2 power spike, level 3 power spike, level 6 power spike. What's very important, you might have seen at level 6, what I did was I tried to, like, the wave was like on his side of the lane, so what did I do? I just started last hitting. And I let his wave push towards me to my side of the lane here, so I had a very long lane to run him down at level 6, and then I all in him and kill him. That's basically it for the lane phase, right? Other than that, in the mid game, we go to the side lane, to the lane that's closest to the objective. So if Dragon is up, I want a side lane bot lane. If Baron is up, I want a side lane top lane. If I don't have TP, right? So that's what we did. We always prioritized first and foremost shoving out the side waves as far as possible, and then default into moving mid lane and helping out your teammates and playing around vision. While you move from the side lane to mid lane, from like bot to mid or from top to bot to mid, what do? You go into the enemy jungler, you use a sweeper, and you see if you can flank the enemies in the mid lane. So playing around the vision and flanking the enemies is probably the most important thing that you can be doing in the mid game, and that's where many Akali players go wrong. They tend to just group with their team and then try to front to back team fight the enemy team, but that's how you lose games. If you want to win, it's important that you don't show yourself on vision. You buy a control ward, you buy Oracle Lens, you get vision in the enemy jungle, make sure that they don't see you, and then try to flank them or pick them off one by one. That's how you want to play Akali. And that's how in the mid game of the game, you can limit your deaths by always playing around vision. That's how you limit your deaths. And I see if there's something that most Akali players have to work on, specifically in the lower elo bracket, it's typically going to be on not dying between 15 and 25 minutes, because that's like the moment when you're at your strongest. And if you die in that moment, yeah, while you have a gray screen, you can't farm, you can't kill enemies, so you can't really be active at your strongest moment if you're dead, right? So you can't die between 15 and 25 minutes. You can like maybe once, but don't try to die more than twice, or right? If you die 3 times, it's already like really, really screwed. But yeah, that's the quick summary here of this quick review, and hopefully you guys learned a lot from it. Thank you guys for watching. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and check out my Twitch and my coaching in the description.